The Wylie Junior Little League team is headed to Albuquerque for only the second time in the league's 30-year history. If they can make it through the double elimination tournament, well, then they get to go all the way to the Junior Little League World Series in Taylor, Michigan. Now, I like to travel and I used to play baseball as well, so naturally, I saw this as an opportunity to take somebody's job. Let's head out to the field.
Well, we are out here at the Wylie Little League Complex where Dusty and I are about to do something that I'm not super familiar with. Dusty, what are we going to do?
Well, it's time to show MMJ how to play a little bit of baseball. I'm a little rusty, I got to say, so it's going to be a little bit fun out here. I haven't thrown a baseball in a while, so it's time to test out the arms.
He's wearing his whole getup.
I got it ready to go.
He even has some baseball pants.
The pants.
Got some socks on, too.
And I got some seeds as well, so I think we're ready to go.
We're going to be out here with the Wylie Junior Little League team, who is advanced to the Southwest Regional. They'll be playing in the next couple of weeks, so we're out here practicing with them, getting them ready.
Getting ready to send them to Albuquerque. A good stretch here now.
I got it!
Oh, your boy feels good.
He was about our size, so he matched up well. He's gonna have to prove himself. I mean, water polo might be a sport.
Maybe you should try up another sport, ping pong maybe. I don't know.
Put me at second. Yeah, the arm will need a little bit of rest, so let's do that. Logie, you got the Padre. Hey, I'm taking your spot, man. You got a nice flow for 14, man. Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna take your spot on this team, so just be ready, all right? I forgot what it's like to practice.
I mean, awesome, I can tell right away. He's a ball player in his first couple steps, his first couple throws out there. He could play some ball back in the day, so I'm gonna need a birth certificate that says 14.
He was pretty good. He was making every play, making every throw, like right on point, hard. I'm scared.
I don't care if you're Yasiel Puig back there, let's go. Thank you, y'all.
10 out of 10, definitely recommend. I just hope he comes up big, unlike the Dodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah, I definitely think he'd have a starting spot on this team, you know. Yeah. He'd probably be our, you know, I don't know, just one of our better players, you know. From the looks of him, he's a stud.
Ooh.
Thanks, sir. I got my fans all back there, huh? Yes, you can.
I think he'd be good. Looks like a heavy hitter. Looks like he hit some home runs for us, along with Harry.
He had some flaws, but he did pretty good. If he can pitch good, probably. Yeah.
I don't know. What I saw out there, he was pretty sloppy. You know, overall, a 3 out of 10. You know, might have. I don't know. I don't know about that guy.
Well, I had to tell you, MMJ, I'm just a little bit tired right now. I don't think I've worked out that hard in over a year at least.
I know. I decided after warming up that this was really not in the cards for me. So I let Dusty go out there, and I mean, I would say that you did a pretty good job. You were more athletic than I thought you would be.
Well, I don't know how to take that as a compliment or an insult, but I definitely, you know, it was nice to get back out there. It's probably been around 6 years, I would say, since I last actually fielded a ground ball. So
it was impressive.
I did what I could. The arm is alive and well, but you know what? It was fun to be out there, and I can tell you right now that this Wylie team is very, very talented, and they're going to do a lot of damage as well.
They for sure are. I mean, we've been able to see them throughout the Texas West State Little League Tournament, and we watched them, you know, we watched them win it, and now we're going to get to watch them go to Albuquerque, which is super exciting and a lot of fun to talk to and a lot of fun to watch.
We will keep our eyes on them as they head to Albuquerque, where hopefully they'll make a trip to Michigan next.
And continue to make history.
We will see what happens there, but for BigCountryHomepage.com Sports, I'm Dusty Baker.
I'm Margaret Johnson.
Yeah, well, the Wylie Junior team will compete in the Southwest Regional Tournament August the 4th to the 7th, and I'd like to report my arm is toast and I will not be making the trip. I'm instead going to put myself on the injured list, out for another 6 years before I crash yet another practice, so I'm going to get some more ice because this is kind of starting to melt on me. So I'll pitch it back to the desk. Let's go back to Nate.
We have fun here. Thanks, Dusty.